Good morning, guys. Lillian with Lily Ray's Collection. Today we are going to be using our punch board, my punch board, excuse me, to make some tabs with our decorative scissors and putting something together. I have sort of an idea in my head. Let's see if it works out. So we want these at 2 inches each. We're gonna make a couple, so I'm just gonna use my Tim Holtz glass mat to mark my 2 inches that I could see it, and I gotta get my glasses. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so that's 1. That's 2. This is 3. And that's 4. I think this one is, let me see. Yep, okay. So we have them here lined up, and let's use this scrap. This is why you can see, this is why you should save your scraps. But with this scrap, I gotta cut it square right here. Just so that that doesn't go to waste. And so this is going to give you a wider tab. This is about 3 inches. I mean, we could do it 3 inches, but it would have to be like for a book. So as an example, let's go ahead and mark this one as 3 inches, and we'll do the half of that. Okay, so that's another one. Then with this one, I will need my cutting board just to get the line straight. We'll do the same with this one. We don't want to waste anything, so I'm going to go to my furthest point here that is in this paper to cut it straight. So that's going to be at exactly 2 inches. And then, oh, we're good there. Oh, I also wanted to do, I love this paper. So I'm going to do some small ones. So we're going to cut this at 2 inches. And then 1.5. 1.5? No, it's going to be too small. I got to do 2 by 2. So we're going to do 2 by 2 for these. Okay, 2 by 2, and we'll do something out of that one. All right, and then these are going to be 1.5 in length. Yeah. 1.5. save that. And then 1.5. It can't be 1.5. 1.5 is just too small. I mean, you could do it, but it's kind of small. So this one's 1.5. I mean, 2. And this one's 2. And we're going to save that little piece. And sometimes you just don't, you know, sometimes I just don't measure. I work with a piece of paper that I have. Alright, so let's do these first. I'm going to cut these, if I could see the line that I put there. One there. One there. One there. And one there. Okay. So that's at 2. If it's at 2, you're just gonna slice it, well, punch it right in the middle. And then you turn it. And there you have it. That's one. That could even be a bow. See that? If you really look at that, that could be a bow. So we're going to do a couple of those. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. These are going to be done in the same manner. So that would be there. These are larger. I want to punch all of them out before we get going on what we need to do. Okay. These are going to be longer. See the difference? Even though you're doing it the same, I mean, you're punching it the same way, it's going to be a longer tab. You could do so much more with this punch board. These are the longer ones. And then this is the 3-inch one, so I'm going to do, it's 1.5. And then 1.5. Okay, so this one was the smaller one. So let's see. I can't measure it against the board because it's too small, but let's see what we get. This is going to be a tiny one. Okay, we have that. Let's save these 2 pieces. somebody makes flowers out of these, believe it or not. I don't have that time. So let's use the bigger one and see if this works. Now sometimes these scissors don't work as well as I want them to, but I'm going to fold that in half. Actually, do I dare use, let me see, I have something else here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to salvage this, but this is the Martha Stewart punch. I think it's called a punch around. And if you look at it, let's do it this way. If you look at it this way, making sure each end is covered, see, like that. I hope you could see that. I can't move it because if I move it, I'll futz it up. I have no strength in my hands. Oop. And there is a decorative tab. Maybe I should have done it one at a time. Okay. That works for me. It's pretty. And then you take it up here and you punch this, right? Try to get the center. Let me get my hole reinforcements. Let's see what we have here. Let's do the red for the Christmas colors. Well, let's try it this way. I want to get it dead center. Okay, there we go. So in order for it to be decorative, you do this on both sides, right? And then you're going to take, I've already put these together. You don't want something too big. So like that. Like that. You could use it here. You're going to put it right through here, like that. And now when you open this, you attach it to the book just up to, you know, wherever you want it, but you don't go higher than that circle. So that's one. Let me see. I am hesitant in using the decorative scissors because sometimes they mess up your paper instead of doing what they're supposed to be doing. But I want this to be even. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Oh, it worked. Alright, so that's with that decorative scissors. And then we're going to hole punch it again. Now try to do it a little higher up because this one's smaller. And then we're going to use the red again. Both front and back. Oops. And it's okay that the little, the reinforcement, hole reinforcement is sticking out. You could always just straighten that, you know, by cutting it carefully, like that. Okay? So for this one, we're going to do a ribbon. Not a big one, just a little one. We're going to tie it like we tie a knot. I hope I'm in camera there. You could do it like this. And then you could use, I'm going to tie it in a knot. Like that. And then one more. Let me do it the opposite way. Like that. And that's going to be at the end of the page. So make sure this way and this way. All right, so that's 2. Let's do one of these. This is the little one. Let me use this one. I think this one's going to not cooperate, but see, it gets stuck. Let me use my pinking shears. Very little, because it's not a big one. It's not a big tab. There we go. Then we're going to fold that. Fold it as best you can to meet both, that both ends meet. It may be, see that? That's, okay. Here, what can we use on this end? Because if you punch the hole reinforcement, actually, let's use this one. This one's 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to put it right on that bow. That's my guide. It just so happens it fell right there. There we go. And instead of using, because that one's so small, I have rusted, well, this one's not rusted, but most of my paper clips are rusted. This one is rusted. That's rusted. And we're going to use that. Sometimes you just have to improvise. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. If it works, I haven't seen anyone do what I'm doing, so I'm going to claim it as mine. I know that a lot of people are using the punch board to do the tabs, but not the decorative embellishments that I'm doing. So this one to me is a little awkward. I mean, it will dangle from a book or from a project if you do it this way. So the only thing I don't like is that it doesn't have the whole reinforcement there. So, but you know, it's an idea, and that's what we're after. Let me see something else here. I have, let me use a rondelle with one of these bigger ones. Bum bum bum. Let me see something. I want to try the corner punch on this one. Now, you have to be careful because you don't have a lot of room. And again, we're experimenting, right? So if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it just didn't work. Let's see, that's a bit close. Here we go. Let me try it this way. More towards the middle of the punch, of the corner. Oh, that one worked better. Do we dare do this end? Why not? If it goes south, oh, here we go. It goes south. Okay. This tutorial is for Linda Israel. She's doing 12 days of Christmas, and I was reading the feed that a lot of people felt like, are you gifting tabs? You can't, you know, kind of awkward gifting tabs. But these are ideas, these are your ideas, and so you can make it whatever you want so long as it's a tab. And tabs are needed in your book, in your inserts, on anything. This actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it looks like a bow, right? So why don't we just take it and do it back to back so that it's pretty on both sides, but they have to be even on both sides like that, right? And then that could be a tab. You're gonna close these two ends, and then you're going to use this bottom portion as your tab, and it's a bow, right? So let's see if that's gonna work. First, let's do this one. Let me grab this, and we'll do the center there. Let me see. Yeah, one. I didn't do such a good job at centering that, but we're gonna go with it. See, now this one, I guess it doesn't matter because you're not going to see, you're going to have your paper and it's going to go, I wanted it to line up perfectly, but it's not going to. You're going to see that side like that and this side like that. Doesn't that look pretty? And this here, because it didn't come out correct, you just take your scissors and clip it out. So long as it looks pretty and decorative. And this, just follow the line. That's it. And you have a tab, a decorative tab at that. Okay. So now here, we have to be careful when we punch it. I'll try and get the center. Reinforcement. And then we're just going to cut that top like that. And if you want to ink it up, you ink it up. Alright, so this is another one. Let's go ahead and put the Diamante on here. We're gonna bling it up. Or this is a rondelle, not a Diamante, rondelle. Okay. And now this one may not work. Got to be honest, but let's see what happens. Let's use, I'm going to use my tape runner. I'm going to use my tape runner, and this is a 1/4 inch. Okay. And I don't put anything here because when you bring up your paper, you're going to bring up your paper around that area. So let's see if we can do this. Now once it's stuck down, so you have one try. Ooh, nothing like the pressure. We'll do one side and the other side. And then if you want to, you can even that out a little bit there. Even this out a little bit here. This is how you just fix things. Now I have my not vintage photo, walnut stain by Distress Oxide. So we're going to use that on this one. We're going to ink both sides. So you saw it first here on Lily Ray's channel, so that when this blows up, people are going to start to claim it, and that's okay, but you saw it here first. And again, this is for 12 Days of Christmas, participating with Linda Israel. She's the admin, and so I decided to do a couple of videos for her. So that's where you're going to put your paper, right? Now, let's go ahead and dangle. Why don't we dangle one of these, Paris and Christmas? Or Christmas in Paris. We need one of these hole reinforcement things. Let's try this one. I'm just going to see how the depth of this. So if I do it right here, I'm going to do it right on the corner. Right there. And I need another one. Right here. So I have to punch my hole first. Put the one in the back. Whoops. And then again, we're going to cut that there. And just use that as a guide. There. Then we're going to have this one. I don't want to go over 30 minutes, but we're at 28. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something together, and then I will be back. Alright guys, I am back. We had 28 minutes on the video, and I decided that I would make a holder for the tabs, to hold the tabs. So I just did this in, I would say, less than half an hour. And I didn't have anything put together. I just used a file folder. I looked at it, and you know, this is what came to me. So this is a tab holder. So I used the ribbon that I had already dyed. I just prettied it up. As I said, it's a manila folder. I used some of my Martha Stewart punch just to do a decorative edge there. And again, this is my prototype. I just did it on a whim. so that to give you ideas on how to present your tabs. And this is what I came up with. So I have a pocket here. Let me just get, I have a pocket here that you could just clip, like this one is a paper clip that's holding the little angel. You can just take that right off. See? And you can clip it on anywhere because it is a paper clip. So to hold it. And then you just bring the tab down. This is a little bulky, but I wanted to just show you that. That works. Here, this is just decorative. If you wanted to, you can add a bottom pocket going this way, so you could have some inserts there. I also thought of something else that I could do instead of what I did here. Something else came to mind, but this is what I have to show you. This is one that I made a bow out of. It has a little Eiffel Tower. It has a garment pin, and this is a Martha Stewart punch. It has holes, so I just hung it from there. This is another pocket that it's a full pocket that you can insert anything. You can just tuck them in there if you wanted to. These two I put together. This has a safety pin. Let me just take this out. See here? This is one and this is two. I just put one pin on top of the other and let it dangle. This here is another pocket, a deep pocket that you can just insert. You can put them on a card and just insert them into the pocket. Another idea. This is a belly band. As I looked at my tags that I already made, or tabs, not tags, tabs that I had already made, what I did was I just punch a hole, an 1/8 of an inch hole into the belly band and hung them from here. So, you know, you just have to kind of think outside the box. I know it's tough, but this is what I came up with in less than half an hour, 40 minutes at the most. And these are all tabs that can be used. And then I left a pocket here. See that? I left a pocket here. So you can tuck something here. You can grab something large like this, punch holes in them, put them all on there, and then just tuck it in there. This back, I didn't do anything to it because I wanted you to see that it's an actual file folder that I just cut to, you know, to size, and then that's the back. Alright, so it wasn't that difficult. You could do, another idea is you can do, which I think I'm going to do, this is my prototype. You can do a bunch of these and then put them in a book like this and then bind it, and you'll have 6 folders like this, which is the route that I think I'm taking. So anyway, this is my prototype. I hope that you enjoyed this. I think it's pretty neat the way that it came out, and I hope you enjoyed this. Alright, thank you for joining me today, and take care.